push go live. All right, okay. Hey everyone. Let me just make sure we're live on all platforms. Y'all know I just started this new series, Kendra's Thoughts. We're going over names. A lot of you guys, I don't see it on Facebook. There's something going on Facebook that's making me so upset. Can Facebook people see it? We were live on Facebook last time. Oh, we are. Okay. Zach Boog's here. Listen.
What's up, y'all?
Let me just tell everybody on Instagram that Zach Boog's here because a lot of people were requesting that you reacted to this guy that was on my show. So this is new. I'm gonna let the people on Instagram know we're live too. Okay. Hold on 1 second. And Zach don't got that much time with us.
Hey, yeah, I got about 40 minutes. We good.
I got
40,
4 minutes.
45
Okay.
minutes. 45
Listen.
minutes.
Okay. Listen, you guys. Instagram. Come to YouTube or Facebook right now. Zach Boog is live with me. We're gonna react to Awesome, the man with the 9-month-old baby that called in from a shelter. Zach Boog hasn't seen the video at all, so we're really gonna get Zach's live interaction. Okay. So tune in right now on Facebook and YouTube. Come to Facebook or YouTube right now. We're live. We're gonna react to this video together. All right. So as you guys know, this video is long, and we only have Zach for about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna start because Zach knows nothing, which is crazy. He hasn't seen any highlights. He hasn't seen any videos. I don't want to. This is Awesome. As you can see, he already has the baby, right? So let me bring me and Zach up right here, then I'll switch the layout. Hey, Zach Boog.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay, so this is a new series. I'm still working on the title, Kendra's Thoughts. There's a guy that was on my show over the weekend. He was on Saturday, caused a lot of drama, came on Monday. So this is the Monday. This is the second interview. And I'm going to start because I know our time is of the essence. So I'll go back to it, and you can have me. I'm going to push play. But when you want to say something, you let me know.
Okay.
Every now and then, she'd just wake up on her own. I was trying to get her to go back to sleep. But I don't think that's.
I got a question.
She probably go back to sleep.
Okay, you got a question. All right.
Well, Awesome. You know,
Okay, Zach, what's your question? What's
That white baby. That white baby here. It's the white baby here.
The white baby. Okay, let me give you some backstory. The white baby is his. This is Awesome. The mother is white. Yes, the white baby is his. I'm not gonna tell you anything else. This is gonna be so fun to watch Zach find
Who
out
is the white child? That just got me. Okay.
The white child is his, Zach. Okay. Oh my God. I don't want to tell you anything. Okay, we go.
he was on the show on Saturday, and before I start, I got you. You told me, everybody, I'm gonna get to the people in queue, so y'all don't go nowhere. I'm gonna talk to Awesome, but if you ain't queue, you will get an interview.
Yeah.
So don't hang up. So I'm gonna say that to the people in queue.
Just be
But I
careful.
know
You don't
you
let the
know
fox
you got
in the
the
hen house.
Hello?
You don't let the fox in the hen house.
What does that mean?
They're not gonna like you if you do this interview with me. They're gonna hate you.
No, they're gonna like me. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right.
Listen, who you are represents you. Hi,
Okay.
cutie. Look at the cute
Hi,
baby.
Mom.
The all-new Kendra G
Get the
Singles
dating
dating
app.
app is
Commercial
available
break.
now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download
commercial.
now.
First time.
But we got a lot of questions because you
Okay.
you saw the comment section. I'm quite sure of it.
Well, I saw a little bit of it. I don't particularly pay too much attention, but
Okay, well, I
if
got
you
some
mind.
questions that
Okay.
that people had. If you didn't see Awesome's first video, go and watch it. But let me get to some questions.
Okay.
He's holding a 9-month-old baby. I'll do a minor recap. This is 9-month-old daughter. He's looking for a black woman who has no kids. That's not an option for him. Have to be willing to have kids. Be a mother to his child. Do not eat your steak medium well. That is not. It shows you don't know how to act, child. Be open-minded to the steak that he's going to order for you because he orders for his woman. He's not negotiating that. Get with the program or get lost. Is that right?
Yes. So far, basically.
Okay, pause.
Well, let me ask you a couple things.
Okay.
Are you
Okay,
calling
I'm
from
gonna
a
pause right there. So Zach, that's the tone. That's the tone.
So
Okay.
he doesn't. she can't order her own food.
She can't order her own food. He wants to be able to order the food for you when you go out. And in the first video, he said he left a woman who wanted a medium well steak. Oh, Zach, where'd you go?
Hold on,
Okay,
what?
there you go. He somebody probably called him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of his mini girls. Let's keep going. No, let me stay focused. The girl ordered a medium well steak, and he left her because she should know that a steak should be medium rare. And really, she wasn't open minded. So when he goes out, he likes for his woman to tell him what she wants, and then he orders for her.
Oh, so at least but she does get a say. He just want to say it.
Well, yes and no, because she wanted a medium well steak. He wanted her to have it medium rare, so he left her. He couldn't date her anymore.
Okay. And he in the shelter.
Okay, that's what's coming up next.
All right.
Okay. So, cousins, Zach hasn't watched any of the videos, so he's in real time seeing everything, so you guys can know.
Oh, sir.
Yes. Let me say this. First of all, Kendra, how do you like the suit? I came on here looking like a Reese cup. Figure one of these sisters might want to, Well, I gotta keep remember I got my daughter here. So that's number one. So I hope
No.
everybody
Let's start
okay.
with number one.
Yes.
Okay, because I never did a reaction video to my show, but you
Yes.
had me do a reaction video to your
Yes.
video. And one
Yes.
thing I said, men with money talk the way you talk. Now,
Yes.
you got to have money to talk the way you talk, awesome. You can't be living in a shelter and
Oh.
making those demands.
Yeah. Okay. Now are you finished? May I speak?
I'm not finished, but you can speak.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, we're going to be having a dialogue. Go.
Okay. Number one, I can because I did. That's number one. Number two, I always been like this. I don't let money make me. Let me say something, Kendra. Let's just get right down to the issue. The root of the issue is that a lot of black women just don't like black men. They don't respect black men. That's the core of the issue. I don't deal with symptoms. I deal with the cause. You don't like black men, so you don't respect black men. So whatever you always want to come. If I were white and doing the very same thing, taking care of my daughter, women would say, what a great guy he is. They would say, look at him. Look at why this white man doing this, but black men don't take care of their children. Let me give you a little bit of my backstory. I literally left the streets to take care of her. CPS tried to take her from me 4 different times. CPS called me today to try to take my daughter from me. I have to do certain things and go through certain protocols in order to make sure she's safe. So let me say this. Number one, yes, I did work at Popeyes. I did a video on that on my channel. I did that. I'm not going to promote it here. If you found it, you know it. You can see it. It was as proud as I've ever been of myself. I picked up trash. Shout out to Shanice Green who hired me. I made $12 an hour picking up trash at Popeyes. Shout out to the people that work these fast food jobs and that keep this country going. There people are not better than them, and so I want to thank them. I learned a lot about myself doing it. It was challenging. I pushed myself because I had to figure out a way to keep milk in my daughter's stomach and keep her out the system. So
Okay, so Zach, do you have any
Yes. Okay. Do he got a job now?
So, according to him, he works at a pizza place now. He has a pizza place now. I'll give you some more information because I know we can't go through the whole video, and I'm gonna skip some parts because there's some parts we really want to get your take on. The mother is a white woman, but she can't raise the child. But the biggest thing is, I know, Zach, you are a full-time dad yourself.
Yes.
So from that accord, I think how do you feel about this? He's in a shelter, full-time dad, because the child wouldn't go into the system. We don't know what happened with the mother still. But he
I mean,
okay.
I applaud him for taking care of his child.
Okay.
And tough times can happen to anybody, so I can't say anything about him being in the shelter. But I just wouldn't be looking to date while I'm homeless. You know what I'm saying? And I just got a 9-month-old. I just ain't ready for that.
Let me get your take on this now. Do you think it's fair that he wants a black woman that has no kids? Because we'll get to it, but he's not taking care of anybody's bastard kids. So if you have kids already, He can't date you. You cannot be his wife. He would never be a stepfather. That's for suckers.
So who gonna take care of his kid? Is somebody? If he dates somebody, they gonna take care of him?
Well, yeah, the wife is going to become, not take care, she's the new mother. And she has to raise the child like a mother. And also, he wants a son, so you got to give birth to his son. But you can't come with no kids. And you got to be a black woman, too.
But he got a white woman pregnant.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm confused. Let's just play the video.
Okay,
I gotta pray on this.
let's go back to the video. Zach never saw anything, y'all, so he's learning as we go.
To these people who have a problem with that, you know what you can do, and you know where you can go. I've never run or ran from my past, who I am. I'm a man. I stand tall about it all. Money never made me. It never broke me. And I don't give a blank what these silly people in your comments say. These silly hood rat broads with these tattoos on their neck. You don't qualify. I don't care about your BBL. Yeah, I don't like that neither. You for recreational use, baby. And for you sucker black men who wear tight chains, you should be, if you're gonna wear a gold chain, lame, it should be at least 26 inches.
What?
For real, for real. If you're gonna wear a gold chain, it should be at least 26 inches. To you suckers who wear bonnets, to you suckers who go outside in Crocs,
What's wrong with
to you black men who text the letter K, you a coward and you weak and you don't have the ability to stand like I stand in the face of fire.
Okay,
you couldn't do what I do.
All right, now let me just jump in.
Hold on, bro.
I wanna.
What did men do?
So
What?
you can't say the letter K. You can't wear Crocs. You can't.
I do hate when people text the letter K,
Oh, you
but
don't like?
I don't like that. But what's wrong with Crocs? They're a comfortable shoe.
And you gotta have your chain a certain way. Is that true too? That the chain gotta be a certain length?
That's styles. Styles change. You know what I'm saying? Like the big long chains was cool in the early 2000s, but now you wear shorter chains. What's wrong with that? Is that feminine? He's saying?
He's saying that's feminine. Real quick, but what's wrong with the letter K? Why can't a guy text the letter K?
Because you don't need to be saying K. Like, just say okay or something. I ain't never said. Have you ever said K? Like, if you was like, Zach, come on here, and I was like, K, that wouldn't be right. I feel him on that. I ain't saying no K.
Okay, so he said
No,
the letter K. Okay, let's go back because
no.
I want to get as much as we can with you.
Okay.
But no, but still, whenever you want to say something,
You a chance to talk, and you'll give me the same respect.
Salute.
I think we did a really good job of that in our first video.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, a couple of things. Now,
Okay.
you are very boisterous, and you have a lot of things to say, but not saying that. Listen, life happens to all of us, and you could be in a high rise one day and be in a shelter the next day, and that's fair. So, no judgment of where you are in life and trying to become a better man, but you are doing a lot of judgment to people when at this moment you don't even have a foundation. You don't even have a home. And one would say this is a moment in life where maybe dating shouldn't be your focus because you're requesting a very classy, beautiful black woman who has no kids to come along and join you in this moment in life. Why would a woman that you describe sign up for a man that's in a shelter? I'm just being honest. And also, not even just a man that's been in a shelter. We understand that you are changing your life around, but you also did 16 years, according to us, in jail. You have a child, a 9-month-old baby. We don't know all the ins and outs, but we know that a woman had a baby 9 months ago that is no longer taking care of the child, so that's a little crazy. There's just a lot of things questionable about you, and you are asking for an elite black woman to sign up. So why would she do that?
Yeah, I'm not asking anything. It's what's gonna happen. She probably already found me, and I'm very interested in one young lady. Shout out to you, baby. And so that's that. There's that. I may have already found her. That's neither here nor there at this point. We'll see. The truth of the matter is this: because I'm a man, and because I'm not you, and I'm not them cornballs in your comments. So that's why I'm a man who has done things that most of these people could never do, that most of these things could never be. Let me say
What do you
this.
mean when you say you're not me, as in you're not a woman?
Yes, I'm not a woman.
Okay.
Let me listen. They said that I was lying. There were people. I'm gonna go through some things systematically. So just to go through some, just go through some facts. Hold on. Oh my bad. I
There's
was
baby in
looking
the
for this.
background.
So they said that I heard in the comments that I didn't have a passport, and I was just lying.
Don't show your passport on a nationwide show on
Oh, don't
internet.
worry about it. I ain't slow
You
like
should
that.
have.
There you go.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
These aren't the things that.
No, I want to, but can
What
you
the?
allow me to
Get
cook
the
Kendra for a
baby.
second, please?
Get the
Because
Go ahead. Go
people,
ahead.
they didn't have a problem. Drag, man. I
baby.
don't have a problem with that, right? Because one thing about me, I can take the smoke. My
The
shoulders
baby.
been big my shoulders been big my whole
He
life.
keeps getting the baby now,
I,
Zach.
I'm
Okay.
a man who don't allow nobody to tell me nothing. I have stood tall, and I'm gonna get what I want because I deemed it so. And so when people can't understand that, I know they can't understand that because they don't know what it is to stand in the face of adversity and to see things through and to come out on the other end. See, a lot of these people, we get caught up in groupthink. You know what I mean? Like groupthink is really huge. If you can't see past my current circumstance, it like I said, if I have to tell you,
Stop. Okay, okay,
then I ain't for you. Because any woman who can literally see the way
Hold
I
on.
move,
okay.
No,
Yes.
keep going. Keep going.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Okay,
getting
I'm gonna
good.
let him do this whole rant, and then I'll stop and I'll let
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do
I
this.
want to hear this rant. It sounds
Yeah,
like it's about
I'll
to be
let you do this
good.
whole rant.
the way I talk, the way I dress, you can see this guy is not. He's different, right? And I'm gonna tell you something, Kendra. And there was one show I remember. Black women are the only women that let their best men go to other races of women. They're
Wait,
the
hold on.
only.
Okay, no, I do. Okay, I do want to honor you to speak, but this is something I wanted to respond to earlier because
Okay.
you said earlier
Yes.
about black women don't like black men. Here's the
Yes.
deal. As a black woman,
Respect.
that's not. Hold on. So
I
I'm gonna
said
let you
respect,
continue.
Kendra.
Say it again.
I said respect.
Oh, respect. Okay.
Yes.
Well, right now you're about to say we let black men go. Here's the deal.
Hmm.
Black women don't want to feel like they're working for a slave master.
Okay.
And what happens is a lot of men, you guys come in with a dictatorship
Yes.
that women just can't get with. And if a
Hmm.
woman is not necessarily, relying on you for your money,
Hmm.
there's really no reason for her to feel like she now has a slave master. So
Okay.
I don't think it's fair to say
Hmm.
that black women don't respect black men.
Yes.
I think black men at times,
Hmm.
and this is not an overall because there's plenty of black men who respect black women, and there's
Okay.
also plenty of black women that respect black men.
Hmm.
But I feel as though there are times when black men don't respect black women. Something you said in the last video that I totally missed it
Hmm.
during the interview when you said, there was no pretty black women in West Virginia.
Yes.
Therefore, you have a baby by a white woman, but now you want a black woman to raise this child. That was disrespectful to black women by just saying that in the whole state there was no beautiful black women, so you had to procreate with a white woman, and now
Hmm.
you want a black woman to raise your child. How are you respecting black women with that statement?
Kendra, even though I say this, how can I say this? I gotta remember, so I got her right here. Okay, because she's woke. Okay, here's the thing. I adore no matter how many black women don't like me for whatever reason. I still adore them. I don't. I've always seen myself being with a black woman. I could have any race of women I want. That's not the issue. But I specifically prefer my own people. That's just simple as that. Now, I I could be like other men who think that other women of race or of another race are better. However, I don't. I specifically prefer my own. And if that's a bad thing, I guess I can take that. But I'll accept that graciously, knowing that I don't see it that way. I
Well, that's
still
what you
want to be
said, though.
with a
I'm
black
repeating
Okay,
woman.
we're
what you
gonna
said.
pause. And
You
then I'm
No, I
gonna
said
start
said
flipping around.
what? I'm sorry.
you
All right.
Zach Boog, what's your thoughts up to this moment?
This far is it's really a lot. Um,
We didn't even get to the high part yet.
this brother, I don't know how to explain him. Like he has I like the fact that he's black. It seems
Well,
like
is
he's
he
pro
pro
black.
black though? He has a white baby. So is it
I
50?
know that's why I'm confused. Um, I like what he's saying about being pro black
Yes.
while he holds a white child. That's a little weird, to be like, and it's 9 months
Yeah.
ago. So, because sometimes you get knowledge later in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have that knowledge immediately, or you did something when you were young, and now you have a different
Yeah.
mentality. But if you got a baby that's 9 months, what, a year and a half ago, you got the white woman pregnant.
Right. He's 44 years old. And another backstory, he has a 26-year-old by another woman. Cause Zach, how much time do you have overall? How much time you got left?
We got about 15 more minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna start skipping around. So I gotta
Okay.
go. I'm gonna go to some parts for Zach because Zach has a time.
Said when you were in West Virginia, you were
I
once in the
can't.
street. You did at least 16 years in
Yes.
prison. Why do you feel as though you're one of our elite black men with the resume that you currently have? Why would you deem yourself to be in the category of the guy you just described? You
Great
are not
question.
equal.
Great question. I think that brother's great. I think that young brother is great, and I wish him all the success and the prosperity in the world. I want to say something, Kendra. I never once called myself a high value man. I never once. I don't subscribe to any titles other than being a man. Period. End of story. So I don't care about titles. None of that matters to me. I know when you step to me, I know what it is, and if you don't, you'll learn. And I know that the woman that's with me, I protect, I care for. I'm not of only a fool is provoked by insolent speech. A wise man laugheth in scorn. So that's why this comments, these people, these silly people in these chats don't move me. I respect the people that did reach out to me, the people that reached out on me on Facebook. Shout out to those people. I it's always been that way because that's how you build communities with strong men,
Okay.
and they think he's rich. You see some guy walking around.
Okay, I'm gonna let you hear this part.
Shout out to those people. And it's just to send a kind word. But I'm a man who can take the fire because I've always been in the fire. And I'm saying what I want. I stand tall and I'm gonna get it. And whether anybody likes it or dislikes it, then that's something that they'll have to deal with. But that would be my response to that.
Okay, because I wanted you to finish this. The reason I said
Go ahead.
that is you were going on a line of saying black women let their best black men go to other races.
Yes. Oh,
So,
yes. Oh,
okay,
got you.
Okay, yeah. So
I
that's what
understand.
you said. So do you consider
Yes.
yourself to be one of our top black men?
I'm a great black man. I'm a great black man.
So are
Let
you
me
saying
say
that?
this
Okay.
because what happens is with most people, Kendra, you can't see past what's right in front of you. See, this is the problem with most of these people. They fickle and stupid. They don't have the ability to see past what's right in front of them. They see certain things. They see some pseudo masculine guy with moissanite diamonds and
Zach, you still there? Before I continue, Zach Boog, what happened to your screen? Y'all know we live in real time, y'all. So this is one of our reaction videos, and I got Zach Boog reacting to the video. But Zach, where
Call
the
me.
hell you? Okay, you ready?
I'm here, but somebody called me and messed up my stream.
Oh, do I need to rewind it?
No,
Because I want you to hear this.
yeah, rewind it. I can hear.
Oh, you can hear? Okay,
Y'all just can't see me.
okay, perfect. Here we go.
they think he's rich. You see some guy walking around, you know what I mean, in penny loafers, you think he's poor. See, everything is visual with a lot of our people. That's why we're so easily manipulated and controlled, because everything is visual, it's visceral, it's emotional. I don't move like that. And there's a lot of our people that don't think that way either. The people that reached out to me, the women that reached out to me, they adored me. They adored to see a black man stand tall and to call it like he saw it, regardless to the storm. You see, this country, Kendra, really wants to push black masculinity down. And I told you at the beginning of my interview that besides my daughters, my priority was the masculinity, upliftment, and self-esteem of black men. It's always been that way because that's how you build communities with strong men, not strong women. Nobody cares about no boss broad. And a lot of these broads don't even look that pretty without their wigs and their face paint. This ain't no shot to you, Kendra. I'm talking to them. Let's see you without that wig and spray your face and let's see what you look like. You see, Kendra, they're phony. They hide behind things. I'm not hiding behind nothing. Yes, I worked at Papa. Yes, I've been in the streets. Yes, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. I should be dead or doing life, but I'm not, thank the creator. I'm over here raising her.
So awesome. Why are you in a shelter? Why don't you have the ability to have your own home?
I, I can't get into that. I
Well, you're
can't get
on an
into that.
international show, and we've already.
Well, like I said, I cannot. I put it like this. I won't be here that much longer. Simple as
Okay.
that. I explained a little bit
Do
of
you
it in
have
the
you
beginning.
have outside money, outside of making outside the pizza shop?
No.
And I also want to say this to the boss chick
Yes.
I'm
comment
gonna
because
fast
I
forward.
consider.
Okay, I want to get.
I interject yourself into this conversation. I'm not really talking to you, yet I'm talking to you. So I want to make that point. I'm not throwing shade at you, Ken. I don't roll like that. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. So I want to make that very clear. And I'm talking to
Can you
these
see me?
women who have so much mouth. If black people have so much, then why only we do we have 2% of wealth in this country? We don't have anything, Kendra. We don't own anything. If you really want to create generational wealth, like all of these black boss bras talk, shh, get married. That's how you create generational wealth, through getting married. You marry, the Asians figured it out, the East Indians figured it out, the Mexicans figured it out, the whites figured it out. So this notion that black wealth, that black generational wealth is created by one individual woman, women don't create anything substantial for real.
Damn.
Women aren't built to nurture. And shout out to the few women
Hold
who
on, hold
have
on, hold
done
on, hold
made.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
I do have to interject on that. To say that women don't build anything substantial for real is a crazy statement. Um, a lot of what he says about being a man and being a proud man, regardless of his circumstance, I like.
Yeah.
I do. But what I disagree with, women they hide behind their hair and makeup. I don't agree with that. And women have never built anything substantial. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Think
think.
about.
Good.
I mean, you just think about all the prominent women in history. You know what I'm saying? If you even start going all the way back to Harriet Tubman, who freed slaves, you know what I'm saying? And women that have built black business. One of the first black millionaires was a woman. You know what I'm saying? So she was probably employing men. So to
I
say that
mean.
is just
Yeah.
ridiculous in my opinion. I don't understand why he's so I don't mind you being a proud black man, but you don't have to shit on women to be that. Does that make
Right.
sense?
No,
And
absolutely.
and I feel like he's his proudness is like he's talking to this certain group, and we got to stop this narrative of black men. I mean that black women don't respect black men and black men don't respect black women. 80% of black men and black women are married to each other.
Yeah.
We respect each other. All the couples I know are mostly black couples.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's some internet stuff. And I got a bad echo. I hear myself.
Yeah, they're telling me you got an echo. I can hear you good. And then no, absolutely. And then one thing, I'm gonna skip over it because I want to get to some points before you go. But I said this show was created by a black woman. Like you're having this conversation
Yeah.
right now off of a platform created by a black woman. So I just think with that whole narrative, and like you, Zach, I really hate this narrative of we don't like, okay, if you don't want to be with a boss chick, okay, that's fine in a relationship, okay, that's your preference, but to diss a woman that you eat off of, to me is crazy. And I actually did
That's
say that.
crazy.
Yeah, I did say
Yeah.
that to him.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You sitting here talking to somebody who's built something and then saying, well, women have never built anything substantial.
Right. So now we're about to get into the part where he talks about marriage. So I want to make it clear
Uh-oh.
he's also a man that has two kids by two women he didn't marry. So I want you to hear his take on that. Now this is where it starts to get a little crazy.
A couple contributions here and there. But men specifically have shaped the world that we live in. That turn the lights on, that run our infrastructures. The very men that these women say that are no good, where they make 40 or 50 grand a year, when these are solid, strong, capable black men who would take care of them and who would receive them. But yet they say these brothers aren't enough. It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. I'm that guy. I've been that guy. I always win. I'm going to win again. And the woman that I'm going to marry from your show, more than likely, you'll see by the time a year goes by, I'll be in a different place. And
Okay,
I'll
Karen,
let you know
and
about it.
I do want to say this to that.
Yes.
You being in a shelter, life can happen to everybody.
Hmm.
So if you a hustler, you'll figure it out. But I want to say this about marriage because I hear this a lot too from men. I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I don't actually
Yes.
watch no podcasts to be quite honest. But I'm
Okay.
on Instagram, so I'll see feeds. But
Yes,
I've
ma'am.
heard this comment from unmarried men before
Okay.
about black women need to get married. Well, who do you want her to marry? You are on record. You have two women that
Hmm.
you have children with that you
Yes.
said you would have never married. So how
Right.
can you judge a woman for not being a wife when black men are not marrying the women they have kids with?
Kendra, I'm a man. I know that this world has told you all that we're equal, and
No,
and
no,
you
no,
know what I
no. This
mean.
is not an equal question. This is a
Okay.
math question because
I'm giving it. I'm giving you
you're
your answer.
judging. But hold on, you're
Go
judging
ahead.
people for not being married, but yet and still you are a man that procreated with two different women that
Yes.
you told me you would never marry. So how
Okay.
can you judge a woman for not being a wife when men are not marrying women they have kids
Yeah.
with?
Kendra, because it's mama's babies, papa's maybes, and it's always going to be that way. It's mama's. Why do they say that? Because that's twofold. Mama's babies mean you're going to have to take care of that baby if you have it.
But
And
here's
and
the deal.
and what?
But awesome. And
Kendra.
one thing I
Yes,
liked
ma'am.
about you,
Okay.
one thing I liked about you in the first interview, I felt like we can. I felt like you wouldn't shy away from these direct questions. But this is a direct question. You can't. You have to give blame to men when it comes to marriage as well. Then you
Yes.
can't just say black women aren't wives.
No.
No, you. If and so,
Okay.
so what is the like? There's no,
No.
you can't make that argument when you are a man that's contributing to the lack of marriages. Like you are part of the lack of marriages because you have children with women you did not want to marry.
Kendra, I'm gonna be married. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Right,
not
but the two
them.
women you have kids with, are they married?
Yes. So what? No, nobody wants. No.
So how
No.
can you judge
Why
them?
would
You're
they?
saying nobody wants them. You want them. You
Kendra.
got kids by them.
Kendra, no, I wanted the box. No. Kendra, Kendra, I think that there's a misconception here. And this is why this is why I'm here. Because number one, I respect you, but I don't duck no smoke. I know for a fact that men and women are different. That's always been the case. There's always been double standards that benefit both genders. That's the bottom line. There's things that women can do that men cannot do, and vice versa. Men live with that every day and they accept it. Women are the ones who have a problem accepting the reality of their fate, especially when they sit around, pop these babies out. I'm not taking care of your bastard baby. I don't care nothing about it. That's that. Anybody who signs up for it is a sucker. I said it. If you don't like it, then that's up to you. But it would be like me asking Kendra, you a very successful woman. It would be like asking you to pay full price for a used car.
Hold on.
So, but okay,
Like
awesome.
what?
Before we go
Who would
there,
pay full price for a used car?
so okay, so let me ask you.
I'm gonna. You want to come in now because there's
Yeah,
more to this. I want to
yeah,
go after, but you can smile right now.
but just real quick, I know it's a lot of he's trying to say it's a lot of double standards within the world. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of his answers to you to his questions is simply because I'm a man.
Yeah.
And he thinks that is justification. So he's saying, oh, women should be married, even though you've had babies with two women and you said they were trash. He said, I just wanted the box. So basically, in essence, he's saying, you woman, you should have been strong enough to not give me the box. But you just said that women need to be submissive to men and that they should do what you say and follow your lead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that means you led them to single motherhood.
Right.
Does
Right.
that make sense? Like you can't. On one hand, he wants to have the macho, "Oh, I'm the man, do as I say" type thing going, but then on the other side of it, it's like, "Oh, you should have made a better decision with your vagina then."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're telling women to look past them to go get those men that make 40, $50,000, those men that make the world go round, which I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Some of those guys could probably make great husbands. But then you want to, you in the shelter though.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can have that mindset, but until you get the actual structure to raise your family, build your family, you can't make these demands without it. Because if a woman did that, you would say she crazy.
Yeah. I think that
I,
two things could be true. Like I agree with you, but this is why, ladies, in the end, the reality that I have to co-sign, the baby does fall on the woman, right? So you
yes.
do got to start being wiser who you decide to procreate with, because unfortunately, the man can walk out. And I want you to hear this part where he talks about how his baby mamas, anybody being with them is a sucker. Like, so I know I'm going kind of fast because I know Zach don't got that much time. He got a lot of jobs. So
Yes, ma'am.
if any man dated your baby mamas,
Yes.
you think he's a sucker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me tell you, and Kendra, you know what? Just to keep it, you really want some content? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Today is my mother's birthday. Today would have been my mother's 65th birthday. Am I saying that right? She's born in 59, 65. So 331. And I love my mother. I love her dearly. My father should have never married her.
Dang.
Let me say that again. My father should have never married my mother. It was a bad bet.
Why was it a bad bet for your father to marry your mother?
Great question. Because my father killed my mother September 2006. And then he killed himself. I was in prison doing time in the hole. I allegedly, well, I did. I stabbed a guy in the eye, you know what I'm saying, about a fight, about a basketball game, and some stupid stuff. They put me in the hole in Berriga. I got a call September 12th. September 12th, 2006. It was a bad bet because one of the children that she popped out, one of those bastards, played a game of Mickey Mouse, played a game that they should have never played between our parents. And she didn't do it, but she played a role in it. So this is another. So that story I was telling you about why I don't do it. They don't. They're unappreciative stepchildren. You never get full value. There's you get all of the responsibility, but none of the credit.
Mm.
It's always the black woman that gets lifted up. Oh, my mama did this. Stepdaddy came through being a sucker. We just needed him for his paycheck. You see, black men take this bet. We're the only race of men that are told to take this stupid ass bet and say, hey, take this leftover broad. Take this broad who thinks that she deserves a man after she's been dragged through the mud. We're the only race of men that are told that. No other race of men accept these women, Kendra. They don't. And that's facts.
Well, can I
Now,
say
if you,
this also?
absolutely you may, ma'am. It's your platform. Yes, you may.
Well, first of all, I think knowing the backstory of what happened with your parents explains you more to me. I mean, that's very traumatic. The fact I want to bring you in right here with that real quick, Zach, because I think that was where I kind of shifted with him, because that's traumatic. You know, I lost my mother, and that's traumatic in itself. Now, if my father killed my mother, I don't even know if I would be alive. Like, you know, so in that moment when he revealed that his father killed his mother, and and and, and actually blames his mother, you know, to a certain degree. I understand,
Yeah.
and then blames the stepchildren, which is his half brother or sister, because
Mm-hmm.
he called them bastard kids, so they weren't his father's kids. So there's a lot of trauma, and I'm not no therapist, but in that moment, I was like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
now I understand it, man. He's hurt. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee he probably loved and looked up to his father um a lot. And then when he thinks about the reason of why his father's not here, he sees his mom and he sees his step brothers and sisters, you
Well, the
know,
mother, the
playing.
mother said too. The father killed the mother, and then the father killed himself.
Yeah. I mean, but think about that. That's traumatic. I don't know what that's like.
I don't
That's so traumatic, and he's definitely hurt. And after seeing that, Kendra, I feel a lot of empathy for the brother, and I feel like he's trying to do the best he knows.
It
And
did.
I don't think he's right in a lot of his thinking. We don't. That's the good thing about us. We don't all have to think alike.
Right.
It's a lot of things that I don't agree with him on. But just because I don't agree with him on some of the ways he think, don't mean I can't have empathy for somebody that went through something that traumatic.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
And that's another thing that we have to stop doing. And I'm finna get on my preaching. But a lot of times in our culture, when we don't agree with somebody or some of their thoughts, we so quick to throw that person away. You know what I'm saying? Oh, forget that person altogether. I'm so done. And you know what I'm saying? But we really need to start having more empathy for each other. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that. I can say that on both sides. We need to have empathy for him for what he's been through. 16 years of prison, and your daddy done killed your mama and all of that. He ain't gotta be messed up. Okay? But he has to also have empathy for the women that he's talking about. But that's all coming from pain. A lot of times we think that we're feeling a certain way because we feel attacked by what somebody's saying. You know what I'm saying? That's just a personal thing. But usually when people saying stuff about other people, it's how they feel about themselves. And it has to do with the things that they've been through. And it don't even have to do with you.
Right. Right. Well said, Zach. This
Damn.
is why, one thing about this show, I
This
like,
is a crazy
I know.
day, man. Like,
There's a part, I know you gotta go, but we do mention your name, so I'm gonna skip to that part. But I wanna say this. What I really want from my platform, I want it to be an educational moment. What people say is, Kendra, how can you sit there? How can you I can allow anyone to be themselves. I don't have to agree with you, but I
right.
feel like I like to give people the opportunity to express themselves. And I try to do that with all people. I do that when I get transgender people on the show. If I get a gay person, a lot of women were like, well, Kendra, why'd you let them go off? I do believe in freedom of speech. Now, we don't have to agree with it, but I think it's an educational moment. And this is the kind of guy, as much as I might have empathy, I would never date a man like Awesome. Like,
Right.
there's no way. And actually, he doesn't want to date me. He's not checking for Kendra at all either. And I would never date a man like him. But what I always said about him is I appreciate him being transparent. So if a woman decides this is the man for her, she knows exactly what she's getting.
She does.
So in that case, I can respect that. Now, do I recommend it? I wouldn't recommend it. But if you are the girl who fits and you feel as though I'm the woman for this, then that's your decision, right? I want to go to this. How much time you got, Zach?
I got about 5 minutes.
Okay, let me go to the part when we bring up you, because someone told me to bring you into this. That your father,
How y'all get to me?
your mother, and trauma shows up in all different ways. So I feel like there's a lot of deep things, and now I understand your mindset more. But in the conversation of the leftover conversation, I would challenge that and say other races are big on marrying the women they have kids with. Wait, let me
6-year-old daughters. I got 3 grandbabies. She was a baby mama, but she listened to her daddy and married the father of her children, and she's never been happier. She said, Daddy, I'm finally living in my purpose. My daughter didn't always like me, Kendra. She didn't like me because she didn't understand exactly what I was telling her. But as life started to befall her, she said, he's the man that I need to go to that I need to go to for help and assistance. He has the answers.
I'm gonna go to the part when we talk about Zach. Okay, this is the part when you come up.
Her mother was allowing her to sleep with this man unprotected in her own house, knowing what could happen. She literally poisoned my daughter. See, we don't want to talk about this stuff, Kendra. We don't want to talk about the black women that are jealous of their black daughters for their youth and beauty and poison them. See, we won't get real here. I'm that guy. You got the wrong one on here, not you specifically, Kendra. I want you to know I'm not never speaking specifically to you. I'm just talking to you. You got the wrong one here. I fought for my daughter in court. Them white devils wouldn't even give me an opportunity to be a father. I told them blank them and stepped. She did everything in order to undermine me in order to see her daughter fail, and she couldn't wait. And I, for one, can't be happier to see that my daughter rose above it. I'm so proud of her. I'll hate her mother to the day I die. And that's what it is. Do I hate her mother? No. I pity her mother. That one, I hate her guts. And I wish nothing but the ill will on her.
The baby mama.
Awesome.
The
Okay.
first one.
Awesome. Have you ever gone to therapy, sir?
That's a great question. No, real men don't go to therapy. Yeah, that's another thing, Kendra. I take my problems to the creator. I don't go to therapy. I don't go spilling my guts. If there's pain, if there's something that I need to address, I address it with the creator. But I don't forgive or forget. I'm a man, Kendra. I'm very stoic. I'm just being blunt with you on your platform and giving these clowns, these silly cousins that you have, exactly what they were looking for. These weak black men who gossip like women, who think that it's okay to, man, you can tell a woman how you feel, and it's okay. Everything is feel, Kendra. That's the word. Feel. You a sucker, dog. I don't go to my daughter with feelings. I don't come to my woman with my feelings. I'm coming with results. So the woman that picks me, she's picking a winner, regardless of my current circumstances, Kendra.
I want to get to the part when we bring up Zach, and because they told me I should have brought you or Russell on. I think this is a part.
For 1 second. I think
Okay, while you get the bottle, let me get through some of these super chats.
Okay, go ahead. I'll listen.
This one said, Kendra, please add Russell or Zach to the line. I need to see him have a conversation with other men.
I mean, listen, if you think, first of all, I like Zach. Shout out to Zach Boog. I like Zach Boog. If you think a white man can tell me anything, you a fool. That part.
I'm gonna try to put that. Oh, the baby. Yeah, I was trying. So something's going on with the super chats. Let me put it. I want to put it on. Where was it at? Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. Kendra, please ask. Okay, I have learned this. I have Russell on the show, and one thing I did, and I love Russell, but I did learn that a lot of black men don't want to hear from Russell from this platform.
Let me tell you why, Kendra. I want to explain this specifically. Because you can't tell me anything when you haven't walked in my shoes. The opportunity, put it like this, if you're not successful when you're a white man in this country, you wasted your whiteness. Everybody knows a black man has to work twice as hard in order to get half as much. Kendra, let me say this. I've been paying for felonies that I did back when I was a teenager. A white man who was convicted of 33 felonies now sits at the president of the United States, and he never did a day. He never took responsibility for nothing. So people need to stop trying to act like, and I'm gonna tell you something else too, Kendra. If I were white, I noticed when Zach was. Let me say this: when your man Russell is on here, I remember. Oh God, they eat him up. But let me tell you, black women, something. He don't like you. He not taking you home. He not taking your loud, masculine, big mouth ass nowhere. He not. He not taking you. I'm just telling you the real. The best thing you can do is be honorable, humble yourself, come back to your men. That's what you better do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some more.
I'm gonna bring you in on that, Zach, because your name literally came up. I'm gonna bring you in first.
First thing I want to say to him, especially if he watches this, appreciate the love. But listen to me, black man to black man. I know you think therapy is for punks. You know what I'm saying? And maybe traditional therapy, the way that you thinking is sit on the couch and talk to some white man, it ain't for you. Okay? But they got black male therapists that you could talk to, man. There are therapists within the church. You know what I'm saying? They can offer you some help. I honestly think you need to talk to somebody. You got a lot of pain built up inside, and it you ever see the potential in somebody, you be like, man, this brother is right wrong. Like you like you be somebody who you be like, this is the most right. Like I'm looking at him like, man, this is the most right wrong nigga I know. Like you, it's like, what? He'll say something and I'll be like, he ain't lying. And then he'll say something and I'll be like, no, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like all within the same sentence. You know, and it keeps you twisted, and it keeps you in a way like, man. And that's where I'll be like, we have to start having empathy and help try to save our people.
Yeah.
Because what I see is, I see a man who's been hurt. A lot, 16 years of the
Yeah.
system.
Yeah, he been
w-
16 years, different times, but altogether 16 years. Three
Still,
times in prison.
16 years in your life taken away behind the bars is gonna do something to your brain. What
Right.
he's been through with his parents is gonna do something to your brain. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to project the things that you don't like. So that's how you end up with a white baby.
Yeah. You, no,
And then you see what I'm saying? It's like, but then I see a part of him where I'm like, man, I see a warrior spirit in him.
right.
Like, I ain't scared to say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna stand on it.
Right.
I like that aspect of him. I just want him to, you know,
I
it's
want you
different
to
types.
real quick. Did
Go
you
ahead.
agree with the part about a white man saying something over him opposed to a black man?
Through what he's been through, a white man can't tell him nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause this man been in the system. He's sitting there and seeing white boys walk for less than he's done.
Right.
So it's in his mind, that don't make sense to him. I don't want to hear nothing from you. So from what he's been through, I definitely understand what he's saying as far as that.
Right.
You know,
One,
it's not the same.
one thing I noticed, and I mean, like, kind of like you, there were some things I agree with. I do know that black men are not equal in this country to white men, so that's a fact. We are black women aren't equal to white women. It's a white privilege.
Yeah,
I
and black
got
women
you.
go through it too.
Yes, yes. So
The
there's
same way. I've
right,
seen it. Like, black. Oh, I'm just gonna say it. A white woman at work in a working environment, if she start crying, she gonna be looked at as weak. White
or
women start
save her.
crying,
No, if a white woman cries, everyone's gonna want to save her.
yeah, they
Whose
gonna run
child is
to
it?
her.
They're gonna run to her. They're gonna rescue her.
Yeah,
And
black woman angry, weak. Is it?
yeah,
I know we don't want to say it, but we live two different lives in this world.
we do.
We do.
Um,
It's just fact.
One thing I think that I hear a lot on my show is this is probably the biggest problem I have with Awesome, but he used it as a man to explain this is I get people that will request the opposite, well, who they are. They won't date themselves. I get a lot
Yeah.
of people that come on my show and it's like, if you were you, you wouldn't date you. Like Awesome is a man who wants a black woman with no kids. And he has two baby mamas that he didn't marry, but you are not even considered if you have a child because there's no way he would raise your bastard child in his words. But yet you have to come in and be a mother to his child. So I put this in the category of people not wanting to date themselves. And that's the part where he loses me because it's like you are judging a woman, but you would be her if you were a woman. But the way he explains that is, well, I'm a man and she's a woman, and that's that. So that's my biggest place where he loses me is how he judges who he actually kind of is. But then, like you, the empathy card comes in when I learned that his parents like got murdered, and I
Yeah.
do know it is. Listen, I don't know what I know. It's hard for black people to make it in this country. It just is what it is. There ain't no lies there. So I understand that component, but I just hate the way he judges black women or women in general that have kids when you have two children by women. But I think Zach, we might be out of your time, huh? I think Zach is a busy guy, so I appreciate Zach doing this. This is the second Kendra's Thoughts reaction video with Zach. Um, And people say I don't understand him. No, I do understand him. I can understand you and not agree with you, right? But I can give you enough respect to understand your point of view. And the thing is, y'all gotta remember, I talk to all different people. So I hear it all. I've heard it all. I've heard the makeup. I heard the wigs. I heard the weaves. I heard the age. There's nothing I haven't heard. So I'm numb. It doesn't bother me personally. I'm very numb. I can allow a person to like what they like and then make my decision to not. Why are you using this man? I don't know what happened. I don't mean to. Okay, Zach might have went away. I'm not sure what happened with Zach. Boog over here. I'll play a little bit more until Zach comes back. until Zach comes back. I think Zach's